support that. He never told nobody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, "No, I never told no one not to work with her." And I said, "But you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "I never looked at it like that." Because I said, you just got to consider how strong your influence is at that point. Monique, why is she canceled? And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the Black Eye Podcast, and I'm your host, Michelle. That was a bit by 50 Cent. It's on YouTube right now. And 50 Cent had a conversation with Tyler Perry. And then you heard what he said. Why is she canceled? He didn't, Tyler Perry said he didn't cancel her, but he didn't help her either. So I'm coming in. I watched the whole interview before I delved into everyone else's reactions. Excuse me. I watched the interview myself, unadulterated, no reactions, no purviews, no point of views, no nothing. Just me watching the show. And if you've been here before, I'm pro Monique. I am pro Monique. Okay. I believe 100% that uh she was done in by Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. I believe that they made demands on her that they were not willing to compensate her for. I believe it all. Now, um there were some reactions that well, let's talk about my reaction. My reaction is I was kind of on the fence. And this is why I'm on the fence, because I heard other people's reactions and I see that they all have good points. Uh, when I watched the video and I saw Monique and I heard her story for the umpteenth time, my husband came in and said, "I'm tired of Monique. I wish she would just shut up." But I heard the story again. And some content creators are like, well, she sounds bitter and she really ought to give it up. It's been 14 years. Let it die. And of course, they have a valid point. But Monique was wronged. And the effects of the wrong continued. And this is a classic case of it. What 50 Cent was just saying. Maybe they didn't blackball her per se, but they didn't support her either. When the rain of negativity came down on her, she felt unprotected. She thought, and she'll say this a million times, she had her brothers and her sisters, but she didn't have them. They threw her to the lions. And unfortunately, she lost. She lost. No one took responsibility. Again, I know that she's expecting an apology, but nobody took responsibility and said, I should have stepped up and maybe just said something right, nice about her. I could have assuaged the situation. I could have just written her a check. Here's some money. But nobody did any of those things. They were part of the negativity. They were the cause of the negativity, whether they intended to be or not. And I'm talking in particular of Tyler Perry. Because I know Oprah is in another stratosphere somewhere, you know. But in particular, Tyler Perry. And yes, you just don't get up and heal from that. You don't heal from that kind of betrayal. You don't heal from that kind of kick in the gut. And when 50 Cent said, that he says it has this conversation with Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry says, "Oh, you know what? I just didn't see it that way." Wow. You didn't see it that way? You didn't see what she was going through? You didn't see the pain? You didn't even have all you had to do was just say, all these things that are being said about Monique is not true. All by yourself. Never mind what Oprah said or Lee Daniels. I don't know if that's an apology. Y'all can argue with that about that amongst yourselves. She's happy. Monique is happy. I don't know what the heck that was. Anywho, but that's all he had to do. He could have just quietly written her a check and changed the situation. That could have happened. And the point that he didn't think to do it, he didn't even think about it. He didn't think that maybe she deserves something like that. Tells me that they really, really, really believed in this particular case that Monique was the problem, not them. Now, having watched that interview, excuse me, and listening to several, forgive me, I'm drinking seltzer water, so it just, I just keep having this little indigestion thing going here. But having watched the whole interview, again, unadulterated, no purviews, no points of views, no nothing, just me. I find it interesting that they did like 4-hour think pieces on it, but okay. I felt that Monique's husband was the saboteur of her career. I'm serious. I listen, I'm not trying to down denigrate her marriage. I'm not trying to say that he is not a good husband. I'm not trying to say that he does not provide her with emotional support. But he is a terrible, inept. I can't even think of the other word. I don't know why. Every time I go on the microphone, I lose my words. Anyways, he is totally inept when it comes to negotiating for her career. It's not that he has bad intentions. I believe the road to hell is always paved with good intentions. So he's not. I don't think he's devious and narcissist and all that. I really don't believe that about him. But this man is totally incapable of negotiating for his woman. He's incapable of business. He doesn't know how to advance the conversation. Because there is no way in God's name a woman of Monique's accomplishments should be struggling the way she has been. He seems like a decent enough man, but he lacked imagination. He lacked creativity. And in a way, he kept her grounded to this person in a way that didn't inspire her to be creative, in my opinion. And you see his influence throughout her life. Of course, you're going to see that 19 years married. But I see where, in many ways, it suppressed her, it strangled her, it strangled her creativity. Now, it's great to grow as a person, but if you're in the industry, you have to constantly reinvent yourself. And I believe, as her manager, he should have inspired her to do that. She didn't really grow, in my opinion. Has she grown as a person? I believe that's possible. I believe that's true. But her career, just sitting here being, somebody said, a mom and pop, that's not who she is, and that's not who she was. She needed people of stature to represent her. Monique didn't need to have these conversations with these people. You don't sit in the ring, in the arena, and wrestle the lions as king, as queen. You have your people do that. And unfortunately, in her husband's um desire to protect her, he really didn't protect her. He exposed her. And I felt that in many ways he sabotaged it. I don't think he meant to. I think he believed he was standing on his principles, and we got to have integrity, and all those things are absolutely true, but when it comes to business, you need somebody who understands the business. And she didn't have that. And I feel I oh see h- how do you tell your husband, because she doesn't see that he's messing things up. She just sees the love. And I understand that. I understand what's going on here. I understand their dynamics. But he is better off at home. He is better off at home. You need somebody. There is no way in God's name that Monique should have been having conversations with Tyler Perry. There's no way in God's name that she should have been negotiating with anybody. You see, that's why everyone is, they have this negative vibe from her, because she's out here scrapping in the streets when she should be sitting on the throne. And see, what you do is you don't get your hands dirty. Your husband is supposed to be out there. Your manager, your people are supposed to get out there. Your people get their hands dirty. That's what you pay them for. They come in, they get their hands dirty. You stay pristine. And unfortunately, her husband didn't do that for her. I'm sorry. I know, she felt that he did. He did not. In a way, he was just like the rest of them. He threw her through the line to the lions too. He didn't mean to, but he did. He put her outside, closed the door, and let the lions get her. Because Monique is a likable person. She's a likable person. Her story, 90 days after arriving in LA, 90 days. Woman is signed to a sitcom. 90 days. And see, everyone is talking about her negativity and it's her fault. This is why she should let it go because she's bitter. Now, this is a woman of accomplishments. And when you get, and this is what her husband, you're so busy looking at this woman who's out here fighting when she shouldn't even be in the ring. She shouldn't be in the ring. You let your people do it. Let me give you an example of what I mean. My husband, we got a dishwasher. We got a new dishwasher. And they came in, the men came in and they give us all kinds of bullshit about whatever. So I went upstairs and I was upset and I said, well, no, I blah blah blah, whatever the discussion was. I went upstairs, I told my husband, look, I don't like the way they doing this stuff. So my husband got up, put his robe on, went downstairs, looked at what I meant, and I don't know what happened, but anyway, I ended up saying something, and my husband said to me, "Don't, I got this." You know what I'm saying? I got this. Now, when he's not home, I have to do what I have to do. But when he's home, he had this. He talked to the men, right? And that's just me. I'm just here. I'm just a person. I'm not an entertainer, so to speak. And that's what I feel he should have done for her. And that's what I feel he has failed her. Because again, she should not have been in it. This mess should not have touched her. That's what I got out of it. It should never have touched her. But see, this is what I don't like about this submission stuff. You know, because you love him and you want him to be the leader and you want him to take his role as king and but he's inadequate. I'm sorry. As a manager, he is inadequate. It's not That's not protection sitting next to her. I mean, it's emotional support, but it's not protection. And I just felt that he sabotaged all the way. He fed the beast. He poked at the wound. He was talking when he shouldn't have been talking. You need real business people, not ghetto. You don't need Shalonda down the street doing your business. You need business people. You need a team. What's her name? Taraji P. Henson has $25 million. There is no way in God's name Monique at this point in time does not have $25 million or more. It's the management, stupid. It's the management. I'm not talking about him as a husband. I'm not talking about now I'm talking about business. He screwed her up in business. Because again, he didn't, he exposed her. And I wish she said, you know what? You can look over these things, but Jonathan is taking care of my career. Jonathan is going to be my manager. And you get somebody who can negotiate for you, negotiate on your behalf. There's no reason why she should have been there. There's no reason why she should have been on the phone talking to Tyler Perry herself. There is no reason why she should have been there. And now, to a degree, she's on a decline, you know, and she shouldn't have been. That's what I got out of it. I mean, you could talk about her personality flaws. Don't we all have them? You could talk about her. She should have let it go. It's been 14 years. It's hard to let something go when you have the effects of it still haunting you to this day. It's hard to let that go. Somebody said so a long time ago. It's easy to forget you, to forget how you hurt me if the effects of what you've done doesn't keep. I'm not constantly in pain. You hit me and then I'm hurt and I'm still hurt because I feel the effects of what you've done. It's easier to forgive you when I can forget it. If she was okay, if she was made whole, she could have moved on, but she wasn't made whole. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got out of it. That's it's not any of these think pieces. you know she's married 19 years. That's a long damn time. And I get it. I get why people find her relationship dynamic strange. It looks strange. I get it because a lot of people don't expect a woman who looks like uh Monique to have someone who supports her wholeheartedly at this point in 19 years. I'm pretty sure he's not faking it. And kids, pretty sure he's not faking it. But as her business manager, as her professional manager, he's shit. I'm sorry. He is shit. She I don't know if it's too late for her to get a new team or whatever, but you need to get a new team. He's great as a personal manager, but as a business one for your business and advancing your career, no. No, 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 no. No, no. Anyways, tell me what you think. This is my different opinion. This is how I feel about it. And you can blame Monique. Monique, I don't know. I don't think Monique is always at fault, but I think she was unprotected. I think she was unprotected and unfairly maligned. I do think that. Anywho, what do you think? Comment. Let me know what you think. What did I miss? Am I wrong? Did I see it differently? Did I see it wrongly? Like the video and subscribe if you want to. I appreciate you listening. Till next time. Bye.